My name is Natani and I am the Communications Director.
And I am Baraka, the Director of External Relations.
And my name is Orlane. I am the Founder and Executive Director, and we are Team Beloved. In 2019, I traveled to Kampala, Uganda as a medical intern for a nonprofit called Raising Up Hope for Uganda. I worked with a team of medical professionals from Georgia doing outreaches all over the country. During my 3.5 months there, I witnessed many deaths. The one that hit so close to home was the story of 14-year-old Walunjiwa. She was 12 years old when she ran away from home to the Kisenyi slums in order to spare her mother the financial burden of having to take care of yet another child. She was one of 7 children. Home to the city's most well-known prostitution spot, Kisenyi holds about 7,000 to 12,000 homeless girls involved in prostitution. Lillian Mujeni, PR officer for the NGO Dwelling Places, said, "It is rare to find a 13 or 14-year-old girl on the streets who has not been defiled, raped, or pregnant. In the case of Walunjiwa, she was raped, she had malaria and HIV, all risk of entering into the prostitution world in Kampala just to make enough money to survive. Along with my medical team, we took her to a hospital where she sadly passed away the next day." The story of Walunjiwa is a really unfortunate one, but she's not the only girl who's endured this. In Kisenyi, there are girls as young as 10 years old in prostitution. Many of them are already mothers by the age of 13. This highlights 2 key problems here. 1, children are essentially having children and raising them in the same environment filled with trauma, lack of healing, and fear. 2, the abuse and trauma is being reproduced, thereby continuing a generational cycle. Beloved seeks to tackle this problem by caring for these girls holistically. We have created a 2-year program in which we seek to end the cycle of generational trauma by reaching young girls in prostitution and rehabilitating them utilizing counseling, mentorship, and education. We believe that by giving the girls the opportunities to heal from their trauma, to have great role models to look to, as well as an education to draw from, we can empower them to go out and instill great change in the communities that they grew up in. While many nonprofits focus on getting the kids off the streets and to an orphanage-style home, giving them food, clothing, refuge, and sending them to school, Beloved seeks to add a counseling and mentorship component that is rare in many organizations in Uganda. We will be established in Kampala and will be in partnership with Raising Up Hope for Uganda, also known as RUHU. They will be helping us in establishing a relationship with the young girls in the slums, as well as identify which of the girls is in immediate need of our program. We will also be partnering with them in sending our girls to their primary or secondary school and establishing a community relationship with their church. We will also be partnering with 84 Days to provide hygiene kits, self-defense classes, as well as offer workshops on growing one's relationship with Christ. We have also partnered up with Netcast Church in Beverly, who will be a source of funding for our nonprofit. We are still in the process of establishing 2 other partnerships with 2 churches in Cambridge, Mass. and Long Island, New York.
Our program will be split into time periods. The first time period will be focused on orientation and acclimation. The girls will learn the house rules, they will get acclimated with the house mom, will learn how to live with one another in community, will be introduced to the RUHU kids and staff, they will have wellness and medical checks, workshops on hygiene development, and grow in one's relationship with Christ with 84 Days. This period will really be about slowly integrating the girls into a different community than they are used to. This will be done with a lot of help from the social worker and the field director who will be present on a daily basis to walk alongside the girls. During the second time period, the girls will begin counseling. The girls will meet with their counselors bi-weekly and will engage in trauma-focused counseling, which is a specific approach to therapy that recognizes and emphasizes the understanding of how the traumatic experience impacts the child's mental, behavioral, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being. The counselor program will be filled by a certified mental health counselor. Our search for her will be with the help of Christine Nimashima, an experienced and certified clinician working in Kampala. The counseling sessions will continue on throughout the whole program and even will continue after. The third period will be heavily focused on mentorship and community involvement. We will be seeking mentors both from the RUHU church community as well as young women in the college at Uganda Christian University. The girls will meet with their mentors once every 2 weeks. This will work similar to a big sister program, and that the mentors will be providing friendship, emotional support, and guidance as positive role models for the girls. The fourth period will be focused on our girls integrating in the church community and will engage in Sunday school and the kids' choir. The girls will also attend the Ruhu Primary School during the school year. During this period, the counseling sessions will be a lot less frequent than the previous times.
We have 4 potential streams of funds. The first one is through our sponsorship model, where you and I can make a difference. Our sponsorship model includes both individual and family donations, where if you and 2 of your friends or family members decided to invest at least $20 each, you would collectively ensure that one of the girls has enough catered for her needs for a month. As our program develops, we hope to have a yearly fundraiser event entailing auctions, match donations, etc., where we would use the profits from this event to further improve our program. The other source of revenue would be service trips from church and college mission trips and potentially medical teams, and part of the money raised from these trips would go toward house maintenance such as water and electricity. We have also reached out to different foundations to support international work in mental health and youth development as a source of funding for our nonprofit. We've said a lot thus far, and you may be wondering, what can we do with only $5,000? Well, the cost of living in Uganda is 89% cheaper than most countries in the world, and with $5,000, our partnerships and your help, Beloved would be able to begin the process of establishing the program for the first year for the girls. We would be able to rent and furnish an already identified home for the girls. We would also be able to pay a field director, a house mom, and have enough money allocated to food and doctor's appointments or emergencies. Prior to our going to Uganda, our team will be seeking individuals who will commit to sponsoring the 6 girls. This will ensure that once the girls come into the home, they would already have sponsorship for their counseling sessions and medical care. If sponsors aren't found by then, the girls will still be able to come into the home, as it is not a requirement for them to have a sponsor beforehand. Now, the $5,000 may seem like such little money, but it goes a really long way in making a difference in the lives of these girls.
Once our organization has been established and is running, our future plan is to be able to bring in 6 new girls every year, have a daycare center where girls who haven't been taken in can drop their kids off during the day, and to run an empowerment summer camp for at-risk girls, which would allow us to impact more girls in a shorter amount of time. Our goal is to empower young girls to become holistic, to go and empower other young girls. We are not just reaching them, but we are impacting generations after them. Walunjiwa did not have a chance like this one, but there are 6 other girls on the streets right now waiting to be loved. Would you please join me in giving them this opportunity and impacting the generations to come? Thank you.